Now, we return.
Sorry, I just nodded and suddenly realized, hang on a second, no one can see me nod. What the fuck am I doing? Korim nods at that.
That's like that line in Shark Tale.
Now nod your head if you understand. Now tell me if you nodded your head. I nodded.
Yeah, or it's like Jester talking behind the door. Blink, knock, say you're not okay if you're not okay.
I don't get that reference. Anyway.
That one's from Critical Role.
I see.
Enjoy the doodle.
Yay. Anyway. Back to Whisper, Vell, and Claus.
He's a mind mage. He's an effing mind mage. He's also an effing pansy. But this changes things. Also explains a lot. Whisper paces back and forth, deep in thought. Question. How long does this freedom of mind thing last?
It should last as I mean, I did kind of remove that mind fog from you. If it gets reapplied, just come find me and, I don't know, poke me.
Unless, of course, he told me not to come find you. Holy crap. Wait, how did you
Claus is just looking at Whisper's face is like, I slapped him. I slapped Whisper. No.
The butler says to you, sorry, the butler speaks up now. He didn't. What he did to you, it was different than what he did to me. With me, he didn't have to specifically instruct me. All I knew was that I needed to obey him. I needed to obey his wishes. But with you seem to need to give direct, specific orders.
That also terrifying. Holy crap! Like now, this makes perfect sense. How does a man get that kind of power with so many lawless people? Like they literally, it's in the name. They're pirates. They don't obey rules. He's freaking mind controlling them all. Suddenly, a thought, and he turns to his companions, the kings. He mentioned something about the king. Something had happened.
Yes. You're not going to like this.
Hold a second. I'm grabbing popcorn.
You're not going to like this. Horus got his tongue cut out and Khan got his forearm bones removed.
And Claus quickly covers his ears real quickly before Whisper gets ranting.
What?
Yes, and most of the other guards, I think, the ones that apparently weren't under his service, are dead.
No, actually, here's the thing. You hadn't seen any guards in the room.
Ah, okay, cool. And there were no other guards other than the kings.
Wait. So, where are the kings? Are they okay?
Korim and Kun took them to the castle in order to keep it discreet and keep them safe. They were stable. Yes, they were stable once we last heard from them. However, are you sure you're in a good state in order to go back to the palace?
Good state? My dear, no. Oh my gosh. Seriously, that was like a dance with the devil.
Literally.
Okay! Yes. Well.
But did he request you to do something that would compromise your integrity if we let you set foot in the palace?
Oh, no. He simply asked me to betray every single one of you and forced me to basically act as the in-man for his information and whatnot. That being said, he doesn't know I was freed.
Does the freedom last forever, or just temporarily?
I'm assuming that's what he meant by...
Am I muted? No, I'm not.
No,
Okay.
you're not muted. We can hear you. You're good.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm assuming that's what you meant when I asked whether or not this was permanent or not. This is permanent. I'm not about to start, my eyes roll back into, my skull and pull my sword and start stabbing everyone.
No, it's going to be permanent until he applies it again.
Interesting. Well, I vote for staying the F away from him until I can get better at avoiding whatever that was.
I second the nomination. Sebastian.
On that note, this plan is going to pay off so much more now. Now I'm so you might actually like this, but I've actually hired a private tutor. Hopefully he accepted.
What?
During our while getting ready for our trip,
A tutor for what?
Oh, I wanted to learn a little bit about magic. I think I know what I'm going to ask him to teach me about.
Sir, this your butler speaks up again, sir.
Oh, yes.
You may wish to make that application again. Mia got to me before I could deliver the message, and he also got to the mage that you were talking to before. That's why your request for a shapeshifter, for an alteration specialist, it never actually went through.
Oh boy.
Well, that's fine. I should probably take a trip down there myself. Make the acquaintance of everyone there, break the ice, and find out who actually I need. By the way, I took the liberty of preparing for our trip. Everything should be ready for us. I thought the world was practically ending a second ago, and now, remind me to buy you a pony or something like that, Miss Claus, because you just saved my life.
Yes, sir.
Miss Claus?
Mr. Klaus.
Klaus looks very taken back for a second. Just call me Klaus, okay? I will take the pony though.
I can't breathe! Vell just should let the kings know. In fact, actually, now that you've been broken out of it, we could actually send you in as an inside man.
Oh, I'm not going in there until I've had my training with those mages.
True, but at least we can formulate a plan in the meantime.
Oh, of course, and I'm already formulating. That being said, any plan we formulate is completely useless until I have some kind of defense.
Yes,
We
yes.
go out to meet the kings right away because I am kind of worried about Kun and Korim. Also, I am really mad at the kings.
Sorry,
Whisper.
go on, Jeremy.
Okay.
Never mind what I was going to say.
Wait. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Whisper reaches into his pouch, pulls out 5 gold coins, hands them to Sebastian. I think I saw a pretty mare in the stables. Mind going and fetching it?
Oh, we said that to Sebastian. I'm an idiot. I was like, well, I mean, you guys can. Oh, wait, he's talking to an NPC. I'm an idiot. Anyway, Sebastian, not a sir. I am so sorry about everything.
What are you apologizing about? we were both trapped in the same cage, and it's this kid that just pulled us out of it. Now, what do you say we give him a proper thanks and get him that pony?
Claus looks way too happy.
Sebastian gives a shaking nod and he goes off. And now we return once again to Korim and Kun. You had made your way into the room. The kings had been covered in large blankets to obscure their identity from the servants. You smuggled them, laid them on the bed, and all you could do was wait. After a few minutes, though, Khan started to stir. He sits up in his bed. He looks around, eyes wide in shock and fear. His hair a mess, his skin absolutely pale. He raises his arm and you can just see the flesh, the limb on the forearm dangle loosely and his eyes widen more. His pupils shrinking to pinpricks in growing horror. He looks like he's about to scream and then he looks over and he sees his brother lying there. And immediately he lunges at Horace and wraps his hand around his good hand around his brother's throat. You bastard! It is your fault!
What?
Well, that's gonna have every single guard in the area suddenly restraining Khan.
Oh yeah! Immediately the guards leap on to Khan, but he is throwing them off. He is in a blind rage. What do you two do?
Well, Kun would...
In fact, the presence of the Golden Lion guards seem to making him fight harder in an even bigger panic.
Yeah, it's a Kun. It's a my lord! Control yourself!
Roll a diplomacy check. Take a -4.
11.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to even hear you. He is thrashing. He is swinging his arm out again at the guards. And
Okay, I'm just gonna use freeze time on him.
All right, while he's doing freeze time, I am going to stand in between Khan and Horus, and I am activating every single protection spell that I have.
so, yeah, unfortunately, he is able to throw off the stop time.
God damn it.
All right, so
I really need to work on actually getting that high.
All right, so I am putting myself in between them, and I am putting on all of my defenses.
With all of that, Merrick is able to walk up behind Khan, and he jabs a needle between the king's shoulder blades, and the king falls limp and exhausted. He's not completely unconscious, but the guards are easily able to restrain him. Do any of you have an explanation to what just happened?
Unfortunately, sir, I cannot lie. I do not know.
You see Horace massaging his throat, and he tries to speak with that same he's gesturing to desks around the room. Well, right.
Could someone fetch a pen and paper? Frickin' quill and paper, I guess, is what I'm actually after.
Merrick rummages through his backpack and hands both items to the king, who rapidly starts writing down. And he hands it to you, and you see guards. You see the words, "My guards betrayed us."
Shit.
And that is about the point where you hear where a servant comes into the room. My lords, the companions of these two have arrived.
Yeah, before we move on, I actually say to Charlotte, please tell me that you also called for the other representatives of the Red Tigers for the council.
Not yet. Shara says under his breath, not yet. We need to keep this between us for now.
So was that us arriving?
Now, so yes, you arrive and you are quickly escorted into the room.
All right, I got good news and bad news.
The guards look at you rather warily.
The good news is we know why Mirak is so powerful, and the bad news is we know why he's so powerful.
Claus comes after him and waves his head. We also know how to counter why he's so powerful. And he's really proud of himself.
Lord Merrick holds up a hand. If there was something to report, I'd like you to save it. The rest of the 12 will be here. The rest of the 6 will be here shortly.
My liege, I must request a private word with you, as this is probably a matter of life and death.
He seems to be considering for a sec. Why must it be private? That is
because I do not. Because I would not like to presume on how you would like to act on the information I wish to give you.
He looks around. Gentlemen, if you would excuse me, I shall see what this person has to say. He beckons you over, and you go into a small, like an ensuite side room. He closes the door behind you. He closes the door behind you. Very well. I don't believe what is it? Secret whisper? Yes.
Yes, indeed. First off, I just had an encounter with Mirak.
The name is just Mia.
Mia. So yes, I had an encounter with Mia. And, turns out he's a mind mage. He is capable of controlling people's minds just by telling them what to do, and apparently just by willing them to do something.
Sheriff's eyes go wide.
Yes, he had me practically dancing like a puppet on his strings. I only barely got away from him. My own butler was completely helpless. It was only actually because of your young druid friend over there that we were actually able to break free of the enchantment before we could... Shaman.
You can say druid, because, Whisper himself might not know the difference.
Yeah, I would... he's okay, I think we're kind of realizing right now, like, listen, he's role playing, okay? Just... He's just kind of a dummy.
It's his shtick. If he's not actually a dummy, he's at least going to pretend to be a dummy.
Yes. Anyway,
so yes, he had us dancing very to our tune, and I think he had quite a many of the guards. Actually, I think it would be very likely that most, if not all, of the guards in the kingdom need to be checked, because I would not be surprised if half or all of them were under his influence, unwillingly or not.
You are certain about this?
He literally told me to betray you and the kingdom, and I had no choice. Fortunately, I didn't have an opportunity to act on his orders.